Hey everyone, Mama Seven and Blessed here. As you can see, it's a beautiful, clear day. Sun is shining. It's February 23rd, I believe. Um, Today's forecast is 71 degrees. It's still winter. And went to my children's school today. And my daughter had an award ceremony, but one of my other daughters was in the nurse's office along with about 5, 6 other children. And she said she wasn't feeling good again. And she was sitting in the nurse's office. But I don't force my children to go to school when they don't feel good. I tell them to stay home because I work from home. And I don't believe in sending your children to school when they're sick. And so I and my husband told her to come on home. But as we were leaving, the secretary told us that 60 children had to be sent home from school due to this virus or this flu or whatever's going on. And to me, that's very alarming because, for one, it goes to show that there's an issue. Even though I know the weather is not good, a lot of these diseases are man-made. But then I began to feel God, in my spirit. I feel like the Lord is angry. Like He's angry. He's angry with the people who are choosing not to follow His way. Of course we know that we have bills and we have to work and there's things that we have to do to maintain, but we are all supposed to trust Him and understand that He is our sole provider. But what we have done is we have went out to search to live our life path, to do what we want to do. And instead of focusing on what God will have us to do and understand that once we do what He wants us to do and that He's our provision, then everything else will be taken care of. Imagine if I didn't work from home or I didn't stay home and use the time that God gave me to be able to be here for my children. Do you understand, what a rut? God is tired of the people who are running and chasing what they call nowadays the bag. They're chasing the bag. They're trying to secure this. They're trying to secure that. They're leaving their children to the world. And it's a shame because what they're teaching their children is more important to chase riches than to spend time and to nurture and to instill certain things to our children, even though we know it's going to be a challenge because the world has a great influence. But children learn what they live, and they learn love from home. And so what's going on with these pandemics and these sicknesses and stuff, I'm real funny with what I say with prophecy because I know that a lot of people don't listen, but I know that I hear God and I can't just shut up because it's going to bother me if I do. But what He's saying now is that because people have turned away from Him, because everybody wants to do their own thing, He's going to allow certain things to take place so that you can understand that you have to depend on Him solely. This is the season where you have to depend on God solely. Your jobs are not secure, your homes are not secure, your cars are not secure. You have done like the children of Israel and you began to worship graven images. And that has not been the will of God. That's not what He sent you here for. He gave you a family to be here for them. He's gave you a marriage to tend to. He's giving you certain things that you need to tend to that He gave you and that He blessed you with. To whom much is given, much is required. A lot of people look at their jobs, their cars, their status, and they say, oh, this was God, this is God. No, that's actually a distraction. It's a trick of the enemy because even though God blessed you with it, you turned that thing into a God. Instead of looking at God and giving it back to Him, okay, God, you blessed me with this car. I'm giving it back to you. You show me how to be able to take care of this thing without taking away from time from my family, time from my children, time from my marriage. It is not God's will for for you to work, be at your job all the time and pay your bills and die, not build no relationship with your children, not build no relationship with your spouse, not build no relationship and to take care of home. Because when you take care of home, that is kingdom business. That's what people have to understand. God's desire is for us to look like him. How can you look like him if you're out here and you're running other people's empires who care nothing about God, who care nothing about you, who care nothing about your family? So now, when sickness and disease and all those things come, what do you have? Your job, your health insurance, all that stuff, that does not take the place of mom and dad in the household. That does not take the place of you spending time with your children and teach them how they teach them in Titus 1, how to be women, how to domesticate your girls, and how to teach your boys how to love and take care of their wives and take care of their family, but to let God be the head of them. This is what is important. We have to humble ourselves under the hand of God, or we will be humbled. That's what people fail to realize. We will be humbled. How many times do I get out here and say, oh, should I not? I guess, yo, the enemy is subtle. He'll try and make you think and look at your situations and make you think that God has turned his back on you when actually he's setting you up for the blessing. He's setting you up to handle kingdom business, and everything else will come into line with what he has for you. But we can't be out here worshiping graven images, worshiping, your job. When you idolize your job and you when you put your job and certain things before what God has you to do, it becomes an idol. And God says, I'm a jealous God. And you know what? If you want to go out and you want to worship that thing, he'll let you, because we have free will. So he'll let you sit out there and he'll let you work until you have nothing. And then what happens when you're laid up in the hospital and you can't be around your family? What happens? You're wishing, oh, I should have spent that time with my children. I should have, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't care how many days my children miss school. As long as they're healthy and they're whole and their mind is right. I don't even believe in sending kids to school if they're not if their emotions are not good, or if they're going through something. I don't believe they need to be in that environment. I think that they need to spend time with God just as we do as adults and build up our spirit. That's what the kids need. But because the school has taken God out of everything too. So it's like it's teaching them to focus on your future. Focus on your future. Test. They're not building these kids up. They're only taking care of the surface. You know what I'm saying? They're not building these kids up emotionally. They're not strengthening them for what's to come. That's our responsibility as parents. And if we're so busy with these jobs, and if we're so busy out here trying to chase these things, then we're going to have a rude awakening. There are some things that are coming on the earth now that are being ushered in. And if your family is not protected from it, if our family is not protected from it, the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. The only way you're going to know is if you spend time with God. He'll show you. He'll show you exactly what he wants you to do. What God orders, he pays for. If he bless you with that house, if he bless you with that car, trust and believe he's going to show you the means how to take care of it without sacrificing your family, without sacrificing the true gift that he's given you, whether that's ministry or whatever he chose for you to do. We are imperfect people, but we have a perfect God. And at the end of the day, you have to put him first. You have to understand that he's called you for such a time as this. And we are living in crucial times. And understand that everything that is going to be going on, we need to be on point with it and understand that if we are God's people, we're going to look like him. We're going to be that light in a dark place, because the Bible said perilous times will come, and perilous times are here. NASA has talking about finding 7 planets. Well, you know why they're saying that they found it, because they're getting closer. They're here. The Bible says heaven and earth should pass away. God said that he will be a new heaven and a new earth. It's on the way. It's here. Where will you be when it's time to transition? With that said, you guys have a blessed day.